goes there? Who goes there? Hello? Welcome to the COVID stream. Welcome to the COVID stream. I can't breathe right now. Welcome. Let me get my lantern out so I can see. Who is here with us today? Steve, Z the Reaper, and Clambake. Shout out to Tim Drake. And shout out to Carl Mertz. And the man himself, Mr. Six. And also, I see you in the chat, my friend, Mr. Elias. Yes, shout out to Broken Lion as well. Six, what's going down, my friend? Big shout out to the man himself, Mr. Famous B. Oh, yes. Famous B tried to call in last night, but I couldn't accept the phone call, and I thought it was the fake Famous B. I'll explain. Hold on 1 second.
Shout out to the broken lamps. Yeah, fucking. The fuck up. The fuck. Shut the fuck. Your fucking. Shut your fucking. What the fuck. Shut the fuck. What the. Shut the. Why is that going off like that, man? What's going on here? Let's see. What's going on here? What's going on with the phone? Oh shit, I gotta plug my phone in. Hold on. Hold on, guys. So last night there was a broken lion. I mean, not a broken lion, a famous bee. A fake famous bee. Wednesday. Trying to call into the show. And then last night I tried answering the phone for Famous B, but it wouldn't answer, and I thought the person was hanging up on us. So I thought it was a troll, but it wasn't. So shout out to Famous B. He wasn't on last night, but he said he's going to be on next week. And if he's out there right now, shout out to him. Shout out to the Cosa Nostra. Cosa Nostra. Yeah, so a lot of people have been asking me today, why weren't you guys on Corrupted? I don't know why, man. You're going to have to listen to the Patreon if you want to know my feelings about anything. But Johnny Ray, what's up, brother? Tim, what's up, brother? Famous B is out there. Is that the real Famous B? Is that the real Famous B? Confirm. We can't confirm in the chats no more, guys. The days of confirming whether people are the fake versions of themselves or the real people is over, because you can't tell what the channels are no more in the chat. You try to link shit and it don't work no more, the link. Used to be, and you guys know, it used to be that you could fucking press on the person who's in the chat and just simply press on their channel icon, and it would go to the channel, and you could see whether they have a lot of subs or no subs, and you could tell who's who, basically that way. Well, those days are over. Unfortunately, YouTube took that feature away. I have no fucking clue why they did, but they did. And now you can't tell what's what. All right, Z. It's the real Famous B in the chat. What's up, Famous B? Yeah, so last night, like I said, if you guys want to hear what's going on as far as Corrupted and all that shit, it's on the Patreon. Shout out to all the Patreon members. If you haven't heard it yet on the Patreon, if you haven't seen, I posted a video late last night, and it's on the Patreon. If you are a Foul Mouth's Patreon, go over there and watch that. It's on there right now. And if you're not, well, then join the Patreon for $1 for the month, and you can get on there and get access to fucking almost everything. So shout out to the Patreon, and shout out to all the Patreon members. But like I said, I touched on it last night on the Patreon recording, and basically said my feelings about just in general stuff. Right now, we had a great show last night. I think we had a fun time. A lot of feedback was it was a good show. It was funny. Shannon, my wife, was on another level last night. And personally, she was saying some things that kind of got me a little jealous. Not jealous, but it got me a little, I don't know, I got a little boiled. I don't know, I really did. I like, the comment she made about go outside, you know, I think Johnny Ray said something about having, whatever his name is, Tatum, come over and help me with the lawn and help me with the vegetables in the garden. And Shannon goes, yeah, he can come over on a really hot day and go outside on a hot, steamy day. Yeah, what, so the sweat can roll off his fucking six-pack? Is that why you said that, Shannon? You know, so a little pissed off there. And then Shannon was so adamant about doing these sex calls last night. And for a second, it sounded like she was actually going to try to do a lesbian sex call. My wife. But I was down with that. All these people hit me up after the show and said, dude, I love when your wife is on. Put her on and get her drunk every Saturday. And I'm like, dude, you know, I'm not getting her drunk every Saturday. But it was fun having Shannon on. And she was pushing the whole fucking, you know, thing with Tommy and all that shit. And supposedly Tommy also is taking this big break. A lot of people are happy about that. And she drank, I would say, 80% of a wine bottle, a whole wine bottle, 80% of it. And she's not a drunk like that or a lush or anything. And I had a pretty big cup of the same wine. So we piled off the bottle really quick. And she was lit. Because at the end of the night, she was like, you know, she was kind of out of it. You know? Yeah, you're the only one, buddy, that thinks that. You're the only one. And you would think that even if we had a fucking show that could have been on HBO. So, please. Ban Yig from the chat. Nah, I'm just kidding. Don't ban him. He's just a miserable cunt. But, yeah, so it was a fabulous show last night. One of our highest rated shows. A lot of people contacted me last night right after the show. You guys got to continue the sex phone calls. You guys got to continue this and do this. I was talking to Famous B before. And, he fucking told me about some shit that is another great idea to call and add in as, like, it's not a sex call, but it is like prank phone calling, which we've done. I know some people think prank phone calling is cheap thrills, cheap tricks. I get that. But, like, you know, I mean, obviously we don't do that much, you know what I mean? And we haven't made, I think we've made maybe, I think that was our first sex call we've made on our show. I mean, we've made prank phone calls, but I think that was the first time we've ever done, like, a sex call. And it was all impromptu and pushed by Shannon, you know? And people are going to think some people are going to think I'm saying that to, like, back myself up with people, but I'm not. It was the truth. Shannon really did. I don't know if I could play the fucking sound drop or not. I don't know if I can do that. Let me see. If you guys go away, I'll be right back. Let me see. Let me see here. Hold on. Let's see. Tell me if you guys hear this. All right? Ready?
Let's call. Can you call a sex line, Ken?
Yeah,
but that doesn't do us any good. We want a fucking person to show us.
I want Tommy.
Somebody's done that already, though. I don't want to.
Yeah, okay, come on. It's so stupid. Let's just.
I'm not doing a sex line, though.
So, did you guys hear that? I don't know if you did or not. But, yeah, that was Shannon last night. She was very enthusiastic about doing this, you know? I guess maybe she might have been horny, but who knows? Because my daughter came and laid down in our bed at the end of the night, so that was the end of that. So you guys did hear that. Nice. Yeah, yeah, that was what Shannon said last night. I got clips of a lot of shit that people sent me. I mean, a lot of people sent me clips from last night, our show, other shows. And, yeah, I had a fun night, man. I had a little buzz going. Nothing big. Little tiny buzz going. So that was fun. We need to get Tommy laid. Yeah, I'm telling you, listen, as soon as this COVID shit is up, it's on. I'm not even kidding. It's on. And we're going to have to try to document it. And the one thing that I would love to do is maybe go there while it's happening and live stream it, you know. between us, between all of us, come here, I want to tell you guys something. Don't tell anybody. Come here. I want to tell you guys something. Come here. Tommy has been speaking to somebody he hasn't spoken to in a while. He's really excited about it. And he actually got me in on a 3-way phone call with this person. And we were bullshitting for about a half hour with this person. It's a big, huge person. I don't know if you guys can figure that out, but yeah, he all of a sudden is back in good graces with some people, which is a good thing for him, you know what I mean? And maybe for all of us, but who knows? We'll see what happens with Tommy. Tommy, the other day, I think it was like a week and a half ago, flipped out on our show really quick. I mean, it was like he was a couple of words and he was already there. And he went ballistic, right? And nope, it's not James Worley, it's not Deb A. It's it's a big YouTuber. But yeah, so he went ballistic like right away, right? And he was very short, you know. And I talked to him after the show that night, me and Filthy, and he admitted to us that he's been very short-tempered and shit. And for Tommy to do that, that's pretty, you know, that something's going on if he's admitting that. Because normally he just doesn't admit to shit like that. Like if you're like, Tommy, are you down and out? Tommy, are you this, are you that? He's normally like, no, not at all. You know, like he'll have a meltdown on the show and then like he'll call up like an hour later and act like nothing happened at all. You know what I mean? So Tommy's usually really good with that shit, or he has short-term memory. I don't know. He was talking to me and Filthy and said, you know, yeah, blah, 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 this and that. And we didn't recommend it this time because last time I recommended it. The last time he was like, I'm taking a break. But, you know, we were basically talking and saying, do you think you need a break and this and that? And he was like, yeah, I need a break. You know, so, and I don't care. You know, like Tommy, you know, he doesn't have to always be on our shows. You know what I mean? And the only reason he comes on is because he wants to have fun and he hits me up. And you know, I don't really go out of my way and ask him, like, Tommy, you know, you going to be here tonight? Like, I need you, you know. Tommy totally has carblage, you know what I mean? Like, if he wants to come on, he can come on. If he doesn't, he doesn't. You know what I mean? But apparently this time he's going to be gone for a while, I guess, to replenish himself. And he's saying he doesn't know for how long. But I guarantee you, he's back faster than you guys think because he's really doing some weird shit right now. You know, it's like he in one breath he's telling me, you know, I don't want to say too much to a certain person because I don't want to get them, you know, to block me again. But then in the same breath he's coming back to me and telling me, I asked this person if they pray, and if they pray, can they? And I'm like, Tommy, you just said you don't want to fuck things up with this person and overdo it, and now you're asking me if you asked them if they pray. And then he comes back 3 hours later with, I got the person's address and I'm going to mail them something. And I'm like, oh my God, you're talking about not overdoing it. And you're fucking overdoing it like crazy, you know? But I love him. So, but apparently we're not going to see him for a while. And listen, we don't see him all the time on this show anyway. You know what I mean? It's not every weekend he's here. I mean, it is a lot. You know, he jumps on a lot of shows. And believe it or not, most of the time, Tommy will jump on the shows when I start the show and we're already doing the show. Boom, he'll be calling in. And, you know, I didn't ask him to come on. He didn't ask to come on. He just calls in and I take his phone call. That's most of the time how Tommy comes on with us. So that's why I'm thinking we'll see him, you know, quicker than later, you know. Because, you know, I just don't think he could stay away that long, to be honest, you know. But we'll see what happens with that. And then as far as anything else, you know, like I said on the cage, wait, what is this? Let me read that real quick. Hold on. Yeah, he does. He needs to let things roll off of his shoulder and stop getting mad every little thing. You're right. Yeah, that's part of the reason why he's fucking, I guess, Tommy is so sensitive. He won't talk about anything and his sexuality. Yeah, he doesn't, man, at all. He it's like he refuses to. What's up, Gorilla? What's going on, brother? Yeah, it's like he refuses to, man. It's weird. You know, it was like Shannon was talking to him about it last night, and she's like, it's nothing to be embarrassed about, Tommy, or, you know, and she's like, you know, like, and then I was talking about, like, being an 11-year-old boy, That's like you're horny as fuck as an 11, 12-year-old boy. If you're a boy, normal heterosexual boy, and you're 11, 12 years old, odds are you're putting your dick through a drywall hole. You know what I mean? Like, you want to fuck. You're horny. Like, I remember being 12, 13 years old and being the way that I think about it now is, you know when you see those dogs that are, like, in heat and they walk around like this, they're like, yeah? Why? What do you mean? Why? What do you mean? This is normal hetero. I'm talking about girls, though. So, but anyway, the dogs walk around in heat like this. That's how you feel like an 11, 12-year-old. For the girls that don't know, if any boys out there, they know what I'm talking about. 11, 12 years old, you're ready to fuck like crazy, right or wrong. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. So it's like, Tommy, listen, you can sit there and bullshit all you want. The bottom line is, odds are you've touched yourself. Let's be honest about it. Odds are you've jacked. Oh man, I just visualized that in my head as I was saying it. I just visualized Tommy laying on his bed like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Like, oh my God, I feel something weird's about to happen. What's man, that dude would blast off. That dude would be like, but all right, so Bullfrog, you called me 25 times the other day during our show, right? The show ends. I see the calls on my Skype, and basically, it looks like he's gonna die if I don't call. So I call, said what's up, did the right thing, because he asked me a million times to call. He tells me every time he's like this, like 50 messages in a row of, I'm going live today, I'm going live right now, I'm going live today, I'm going live, yo, come on my show, I'm going live. So finally, I said, all right, I saw all the calls and the messages, and I said, all right, I'll call him. I didn't know if he was live or not still. So I called him, and apparently he was live, and then I was on his show, and, I had to get off quick because I was in the middle of something. So I jumped off, and then about 4 hours later, I look on Twitter, or somebody sent me something about it, and I look on Twitter, and Bullfrog writes down, I want to thank Ken for coming on my show today, and I'm like, oh my God, man, it's just like, it's just the perception of shit, you know what I mean? It's just a perception. And I don't care if he, said it that way or it wasn't exactly that way or whatever. It's like, but, of course you got to hear about it and be like, oh, I heard a couple of things, So it was like, you know the deal. You guys know the deal. And, I guess moving forward, like I said on the video I made this morning, we are definitely still doing the Muni's. We're still doing it. The reason it hasn't been on yet is because it's been impossible to get all four of us on the same show together. And I think it has to do with COVID mostly, because people's schedules are changed. Filthy's job that he had on the side became huge once COVID hit, because it's like right up the alley of what people would do during the COVID, and his business went through the roof, his side business. So, he's not exactly free on nights that we don't normally do shows. So, I don't know if that is all right. So last night, I don't know if it was a fake Joe Cronin or a real one that came into our chat. Okay. But what it said last night, whoever it was, it said, oh, as this person came in, whether it's Joe or not, we were talking to Tommy, and we were basically talking about how we wanted to get him a hooker, which we've been talking about for since he came to our house and even before that. And we were talking about that, and all of a sudden, either a real or fake Joe Cronin appeared in the chat and said something to the effects of, yeah, we did that 4 years ago on Monetize This 46. So that was said, and then it was deleted right away, and a couple other things were said and deleted right away. So when I caught that with my eye, split second before it got deleted, I didn't see what was written down. But I saw it was Joe Cronin. So I said, with the way that the things are now, you can't really confirm whether that's the real person or not. So, literally nowadays, you can't claim anybody's anybody. Even if it's the real person, it is what it is. You're not going to be able to find out. So you might as well just not say anything. So I said what I said. about like, oh, we're doing a sex calls, ooh, or something like that, just being a dick, like, because either it was him or it wasn't. And then I said, you know what, that's probably not him, so just leave it alone and just move on. But Filthy spoke about that today with me, and we went and checked out Monetize This 46. And I was saying to Filthy, hey, if that was the real Cronin, then if you go to episode 46 and Tommy's on there and they're trying to get him laid, well, then you know that was Cronin. If you go there and there's nothing about Tommy on the episode, then you know it's probably YR, who likes to throw these little things in there. And this is what I mean by being very good at what you do. And I'm not blaming YR, I'm just saying like YR. Like YR would do stuff like go into a chat as Joe and then say things that Joe would say. Stuff like, hey, we did that in episode 97 of blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, that must be him, because he knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about and exactly what episode and exactly like, see, though some people know that little connection to make you think, oh, it must be him because he specifically spoke about a certain, thing that they did at a certain time. And it makes you think right away, like, okay, yeah, that must have been Cronin. But no, it's not. And I don't know if it was or not, but I'm just saying, I've seen that in the past where I thought for sure that's got to be that person, but it wasn't, because the person knew exactly what to say. You know what I mean? They knew exactly to say something like, yeah, we did that already, episode 47. Like something like Cronin would say if he was fucking around or trying to be a dick. You know what I mean? So Shannon seems to think that that was fake. We reacted to it and said very little. And then those very little clips were clipped and sent to Cronin. And then Cronin saw those clips and then said what he said on the show, the clips that I got of what he was saying about me and Filthy being fucking scumbags. We're scumbags because we made prank phone calls, sex calls. So I'm thinking, and Shannon's thinking, that happened. That it was, of course, it was the influence of the overall community of the handful of fuckeries that want to throw that out there, and maybe the bait was taken, and that's what it is now. So it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna make videos. I'm not gonna fucking harp on it. I'm not gonna, the only reason I'm upset is the people who really were like, yo, man, they fucking pulled it together and they're gonna maybe do some episodes now again. And now like, fuck, are you serious? You do one and this happens? So listen, I'm not fucking attacking nobody. I'm not even mad at the person, even if, Joe said what he said. It's factual. We heard him. I'm not even mad. I really am not mad. Honestly, I really don't give a fuck. If he asked us on Wednesday, hey, Ken, do you and Filthy want to do Corrupted this weekend? I would still do it, and so would Filthy, right? Because that's what it is at this point. It's like, obviously, some people move forward and grow up, and some people don't, and some people do. And I'm not saying he did or he didn't. I'm just saying I'm a different person, because I'm not going to go and fucking flip out about shit now and be like, why would you call me a scumbag and this and that? It sucks to be called a scumbag. There's no doubt about it. But, what am I going to do? It's like you got to take it with a grain of salt. Like, I guess that's what it is what it is, So, and then, of course, you run that whole thing of, I wasn't even talking about you guys, but, why else would the sex call be linked and all that? But who knows, man? I mean, I don't fucking know, because the communication is just, sometimes it's there in an overabundance. Talk like 10 times a day with this person, and then all of a sudden 2 days later it's flatline, not even a word. And it's like, and I think when it gets like that, things might be building up. Certain things that you see out there might be chomping away, and it's got to be that, because hello, look at the track record, look at the long history. It's it is what it is, So it is what it is, and I just wanted to make sure everything worked out for the people that were like, yeah, man, they finally pulled it together and did it Corrupted, and now it's like, wait a second, you guys are done? Like, that's it? The fuck? So it kind of proves some people right when they were like, oh, I'll give it 2 weeks and they'll be popping videos on each other. They were right and they were wrong, because there's going to be no videos from me on anybody. I'm addressing it right now. I'm talking about it up front, man. I'll talk about this the same way right now I would with him, Cronin, or anybody else that wants to talk about this, being totally 100% upfront and honest. We were not asked to be on the show. Somebody said to me earlier today, oh no, he said he asked you guys. No, that's not the case. You know, it's not the case. If we were asked, there's no reason why we wouldn't be there. You know, no reason why. I would have promoted and did the whole thing. But, you know, like I said a million times, I'm not going to barge myself in. Maybe that's what people want. Maybe certain people want you just to be like, hey, I'm coming on to this show. Or, hey, you know, I said something about coming on Monetize This and made a statement of like, hey, if the show, you know, or whatever is going, if it's going all right and I can call in and he'll take my call, maybe I'll call in to Monetize This and hang out for a little. I didn't get to do it because I fell asleep early because I was tired as fuck, right? We didn't do Corrupted. And then I hear, I don't know if Cronin said this or not, but I could have sworn I heard somebody say that he said he asked the whole world to come on to Monetize This and on to Corrupted and no one showed up, something like that. Well, I wasn't one of those people in the world then, and neither was Filthy. So, you know, it's like, I don't need a red carpet laid out for me, and I don't need somebody there with roses going, can you please come on to my show? I just need maybe just a little communication like, hey, what's going on with you Saturday? Not much, doing my show. All right, yeah, you down? Or, yeah, cool. Or, hey, you good Saturday? Yeah, I'm good. That's it. Like, just a simple, I'm not going to just show up somewhere, you know? So maybe that was the confusion. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was all the other stuff I just talked about. I don't fucking know. I don't know. There's only one person that can answer that question, and it's not me. So, but yeah. So that's all the shit that went on with that. But like I said, if we're asked to do Corrupted next week, I would still do it. I don't have a problem doing it at all. You know, I don't need to be bosom buddies to fucking talk about shit or get shit out. You know, and honestly, that's what I wanted to do on that Corrupted, was to get a lot of that shit out. But Cronin also was right by what he said. You know, he was like, I'm sure a lot of people already knew what happened and why things happened the way they did, and maybe the majority of people didn't want to hear that story again. So I kind of understood that, like, yeah, maybe he's right. Like, you know, maybe we should have just did what we did. So I'm kind of glad we just kept that show. You know, we did touch on a couple of things, right? And now it might just be one show that we've done out of like the last 100, and it might go another 100 without us doing anything, but who knows? You know, I think it was a good episode either way, but, you know, it could have been crazy if we would have touched on a lot of things, and I think we could still do that, man. You know, nothing's ever too late. You know, nothing's ever too late. And I honestly think, like, I would love to have a roundtable discussion, and this would be my dream discussion. This would be my dream podcast. And this is something I want to get done. Me, JB, Joe, Filthy, Dave Rose, and a couple of other people. And I'm not saying any names yet, but a couple, maybe like 2 other people. And I want to fucking sit down and put it all out there. Like, put it all the fuck out there and be 100% open and honest. But honestly, I don't think that group could do that. You know, I mean, obviously, me, JB, and Joe worked together, and it was such a small time. It was a flash in the pan out of the 4.5 years that I've been doing this in this community. It was a small time that we were actually on the same page together and doing the same thing. And that sucks, because I had a lot of fun in that small amount of time, man. It was fucking awesome. It really was. It was a great time. I still have a great time. I fucking died laughing last night at Filthy's call, man. Like, out of nowhere, he's buttering this chick up for like a good minute and a half, like saying the greatest things, and she's just loving it. I mean, I know it's her job to love it, but she's just loving it. She's like, yeah. And he's like, I'm going to suck your toes, and I'm going to undress you, and I'm going to dress you down, and then I'm going to, you know, and then he's like, then I'm going to just go to town on your pussy. And she's like, yeah, I like that. And he's like, and then I'm just, when you're ready to come, and like right after you come or right after I come, I'm just going to grab the lamp and smash your head in with it. And I was like, oh my God. And I kept telling Filthy, that sounded familiar, man, because I did a phone call on Monetize This, shot out again, and I said this last night on the show. You would think that this would be even enough to be like, for Cronin to be like, oh, all right, you know, listen, they might be doing a bit that I do, but I mean, it's universal. You know, I grew up watching people calling fucking gay and sex and like dating lines and making prank phone calls with them. Like, so it's like, it's always been there. It's nobody's trademark that they own or anything. I understand your shtick, you bring it into the community, and if anybody heard what I said, and they listened to the show and heard that clip that I played, you hear me go like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, that's someone else's shtick. So if you've noticed, I've kept away from Bullfrog and certain people I won't put on my show because they go on that show and I want to give respect. And like, not only that, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat and be like, it's only out of respect. I'm such a good guy. It's also out of like, I'll look like a fucking idiot. I go and I put a guy like Bullfrog on. And then, really, I was very smart by not doing that and ignoring the fucking 90,000 phone calls Bullfrog gave me. I was really smart by doing that because I find out later on, after I didn't do all those, that he's using me as leverage and telling Cronin, oh, Ken wants me to come on to his show, wants me to come on there with him. You should do something right by me so I can stay on this show with you. What do you say, Joe? Look, the spit builds up here, too. Like, what do you say, Joe? Like, you should put me on your show because Ken's going to try to put me on his now. And you want some leverage. I'm sorry, Bullfrog. I'm trying to imitate you, but don't take it to heart. But yeah, so, you know, he's telling that to Cronin. Like, oh, Ken wants me on his show. Ken wants me on his show. You fucking dumb Boston fucker. Wants me on his show, Ken. So I said to him, I'm going to Cronin. I'm going to be like, Cronin, Ken wants me. He's trying to pursue me, RyBak. RyBak. You know? RyBak. Ken wants me to come on to the show. So he's been pursuing me. RyBak. I'm going to paint the widow's peak coming down like this. Look. I'll paint the big widow's peak coming down right here like this. And going like that. And then I'll just imitate fucking Bullfrog all night long. I'll monetize this if they want. I'll put the widow's peak right here like this. I'll literally just paint it on like this, right? And I'll put it right here. And I'll just be like this. Hi. You're a Boston moron. What does he say again? His catchphrases, they're always the same. I gotta learn those. If I learn those, I can get that down pat. And I'll play him all night if Joe wants, you know? But yeah, so that's where we're at, folks. You know what I mean? That's where we're at. Bullfrog is annoying. He could be annoying, definitely. He can. Because he was repeating a lot of shit I heard. You know, I heard a lot of repeating. But he's a soul. He's a human being. Boston bitch. That's okay, you Boston bitch. I don't know what's the problem, but Joe wants me to come on to the show tonight. Boston bitch. You know? Rabbit. I'm like a tadpole. Boston bitch. Sometimes he was doing his live stream and he was just sitting there like that. Like, I think he was looking in his phone or something. He's like, and he looks up out of nowhere. He looks up. He's like, Boston bitch. Fuck Joe Cronin's people. With that fucking widow's peak. You know? Let's see what these guys are saying. Bring back Kaepernick? Oh. I don't know. I can't read good. Boston bitches. What does he say when he gets called out on his bull? Bullfrog, Boston bitch. Rostafa, what's up, buddy? What's up, Steve C? Steve Cullen, Arushin Shinchu, my man Kevin, Just Incredible, Brandon, Z, Tiffany, what's going on, girl? And Yig, why do you hate me so much, man? Like, why did you hate me? Like, why? I saw you shitting on me. I heard you ask in a chat, or I don't know where the fuck it was. Maybe somebody made a comment on it. It was on one of the live streams I think Scott and those guys are doing, and Dave. But, like, you said something like, oh, Ken's got me blocked or something like that. I don't know why. And I'm like, you don't know why? You fucking you were in a chat one day, and I was in there too. I think you knew I was in there, and you were ripping me to shit. So why wouldn't I fucking just like, all right, the guy don't obviously like me, you know? So then I saw you one day going like, how come Ken's got me blocked? And I'm like, you fucking hate me. What do you mean? I thought we established this. You know what I mean? Shout out to Bird. What's up, Bird? What's going on, brother? Matthew, what's going on to you? Gerald, how you doing, bubby? FoozyTube, Fizzle Foos is out there. And also, let me see what this says. Brandon, Yig Ken is my age. So in 95, he was 17, so probably started dating around 95. Yeah, I started dating Shannon, 1995. 1995. 2 days, Long Island, forecast, partly cloudy, chance of drive-by. Yo, it's been bad here, man. It rained the other day fucking profusely, and it's raining today. You know? I don't know. It sucks. The weather sucks. Tomorrow is like the unofficial kickoff of, COVID. And, no, I'm just kidding. Of summer. So that's good. Dave, 25, what's going on to you? And also, GoldenEye Productions. Shout out to you. Shout out to Hunter. Sleepy Never, what's going on with you, brother? Damn, so you only had one pussy since 1995. Yeah, that's it, man. You know, that's it. Just one booty hole. Well, actually, yeah, one booty hole and a pussy hole. Keep the rain. It's hot. Oh shit, man. I wish it gets hot here, Bird. I swear, I wish it gets hot here, man. I don't know if they're working or not. I don't know if they're working. They should be working. I didn't hear anything, so I don't know if they're working or not. Did you donate? I'm getting text messages right now saying I donated. I didn't hear nothing. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. If it didn't play, I'm sorry, dude. If it didn't play, I will fucking play it on the next show or see if I can get it up on there right now. I don't know. It should be. I don't know. But you know these fucking things. This is how Skype is. I didn't even think about it, to tell you the truth, bro. I didn't even, think to make sure it was working or anything, because it was, the last thing on my mind. No, I hear you, Sleepy. Yeah, it's, Yig, what do you mean? You didn't remember what you said? Oh, well, you said some crazy shit one day. I don't remember exactly what it was either, but it was some wild shit. You were you really bashed me where I saw it and I was like, holy shit. And you know what's fucked up is, this is why I remember it. Do you guys know the guy Shid, or whatever his name is, in the chat? In the community? He obviously had a problem with Dave Rose for a while. And somebody said, oh, Yig is talking shit about you, but I thought they said Sid, or whatever that other guy's name was. So I went and looked in the chat, and I saw the guy Yig saying what he said, but I thought I was looking for the other guy, Sid, shit, or whatever his name is. And I didn't mean to say shit right there, so I wasn't being sarcastic. I didn't mean to say that. And I didn't really say it, but don't take offense to that. Shid. And supposedly, I thought somebody said that, and I saw what Yig said, and it was, it was pretty fucked up. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it dawned on me that, all right, we're not cool. Obviously, you don't like me, so that's why you got blocked, and that's why I just never fucked with you, you know what I mean? If you're cool with me, man, I'm cool with you. I see that you have been in the chat on all our shows and shit. I mean, you obviously don't or do like it. Listen, there's two people watching shows. People who like it and people who don't. Because some of the people who don't like it watch shows too. I watched Howard Stern for 5 years, 6 years, and I hated his guts. Because he did some shit that I really hated. It was something he did that I really fucking started hating him. But I still watched him. So I could understand hating the person you're watching. Or not hating the person you're watching, but not liking them. And not seeing eye to eye with them, but still.
Hey, can get a few beers on me, bro.
Oh, shit. Damn, Z. Thank you, brother. Holy shit. Thank you, man. I will get a couple of beers. I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow night to kick off the summer season. And we are going to have, we're going to be doing a belt. We're going to have a belt. It's a regular big-ass fucking wrestling belt, right? And your donations are going to pick who's going to be the champ by the end of the night. So this is my idea that I came up with. We bought a belt, and you guys donate, and the highest, donators, whoever's donated to, the highest number that they get, they win the belt at the end of the night, and they're the champ for like maybe a week or so. How do you guys think that would go down? Like, that's a good fucking idea, right? And then, listen, that's not copying anybody. It's all original. It's all... jerk off. You know what I mean? I would never do that. Come on. I didn't even do the king and queen thing that we were going to do because I was like, listen, it's too close to what he's doing. I'm not doing it, even though it was a pretty original idea and the way that the system was set up with the points and then this and that. And the guys came up with it. Lucky Low, Chris, and Filthy came up with this whole scoring system. And let's name a king. Let's get a crown. Let's put the name on it. Let's send it to him. Let's really have it made out of gold. All this shit. And I was like, dude, it's too close and too much like, connecting to the gimmick that I currently worked with Cronin on his network. It was too close to the belt and everything that was going on like that. So we squashed it. I squashed a lot of fucking things out of respect and out of loyalty and out of friendship for a long time, Still up until this day was doing that shit with people like Bullfrog and other people and... it's a shame. It's sad that we didn't do the show last night, and we would have did it. We were ready to go. We could have did it, but hey, it is what it is, man. And it is what it is. And thank you so much for that, Z. I really appreciate the fuck out of that. And my job update is like, I'm being paid right now, right? Not the way that I used to get paid. It's sporadic and it's weird the way that it's being done, and it's like not the full amount. But I'm really worried because it's like I have another 3 weeks and I need to know if I'm getting my job back and what's going on and how it's going to go down, because it's like I'm going to be maybe not getting money after that point. And if that happens, then I'm fucked and I'm going to need to find a job or something like right away. So I might be going into panic mode after this COVID shit. I hope I don't. But you never know what life has in store, and I could kind of see the writing on the wall right now. So I'm very uneasy about that, and so is my wife, having 2 kids and not owning our own house and all that shit. Thank God I don't own my own house right now because I'd probably lose it. But, it's stressing her out. I don't really get stressed over shit like that. But I am kind of worried, like, damn, I could lose my shit and my money, the money I make after 23 years. So it's scary in a sense of, man, one day I could not get paid and not go back to work. So, and I should be finding that out in a month or 2. So I'm fucking praying to God everything goes good and everything goes great and I get my job back all nice, safe and sound. I get back on, get back to work, start waking up early again, get back into the regiment that I was in. I was losing weight. I was in a good spot when this COVID shit hit, in a lot of things in my life. So, kind of interrupted a lot, but I'm not a stingy, selfish fuck who I'm like, come on, man, end this fucking shit. I got things I got to do. End the corona. Let's go. Get the dead people out. Let's go. Get them out of the hospitals. I got to go. There's people out there like that right now who are like, end this shit. Let's go back to the fucking, like people like Tommy, who I'm not saying he's an ignorant asshole who really means any harm to any people, but ignorance is fucking bliss, and ignorance is fucking ugly sometimes. And I mean ignorance in the sense of there's people going to malls and going to here and going there and not wearing masks, not giving a fuck because it doesn't affect them or their family, or they live somewhere where it doesn't really hurt them. And I get them not caring, but it's like you see these people, and then you see people like the video we played last night of about 20 people basically about a minute and a half away from stringing people up on a fucking rope on a tree. Like it's the hanging days. Like that was incredible. They're all screaming at this person to get their fucking mask on and get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. They were cursing. They were, and then you see Tommy rolling around on the fucking floor like a COVID-19 mop, and just soaking it all up and around people this close to them where he's almost humping them behind, and it's like, I don't know, some people just don't have to worry about shit. Some people just don't have to worry about shit. So, I guess they're lucky. TSS, what's going on, brother? Shout out to you. I want to see what you said before in the chat. Let me see here. Oh my God, yeah, I'm gonna eat my wife's pussy. Oh yeah, that was a great soundbite, dude. You're right about that. I'm blocked in your chat on like 8 accounts. Jesus Christ, are you really, Yig? Jesus, you had all Yig accounts? What else we got here? Devious Day Rose, what's up to you, man? Shout out to you. Tim. Yeah, I could do that. Cup therapy? Is that drinking? Yeah, Corrupted was pre-recorded. I don't know why. I love you too, man, Gerald. Thank you, brother. How's your fucking neck? Chuck. How's Chuck's neck? I just fucked Chuck. Yeah, you got to go in at 5 a.m., Arush. Elias. That's early, man. I would go into work at 6, man. So I was waking up every day at like 5, 4:30, all that shit. You know, and I actually miss it, man. Yo, I can't believe the Jets signed, what's his name? The old Ravens quarterback. I miss sports so much. I'm not a big hockey guy, but even take watching hockey than watching games from 20 years ago. Yeah, you know, I don't mind watching the games from 20, 30 years ago like that either, but it gets tiring after a while. You're like, all right, I want to see the real thing. NHL is back end of July, baby. I can't believe that. So what are they going to do? Like, okay, so end of July, right? July, August, September. They start hockey back up in 3 months anyway again. Like, why are they playing in July? Why not just shut it down and just start hockey back up again in September? Start a month earlier. And just wipe out the season. Nobody won. It's a washout. I don't understand what they're going to do in July. And then they're going to start back up in October again? That just sounds stupid to me. I don't know. Fun fact about Tommy and me. We were both born on the same day. Wow. Just get out of here, really? That's fucking funny. Tommy is actually a danger to himself and those around him. Yeah, a little bit. At times he is. People like Tommy are the reason why I do not have TikTok. Yes. Dude, couldn't agree with you more, man. Could not agree with you more, bro. Yeah, those are cringy as fuck, dude. Those are cringy as fuck. How's your fucking neck, buddy? What's going on? Yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, Flacco signed with the Jets. How's your fucking neck? Joe Flacco, yeah, Super Bowl for the Jets. Come on, man. Hell has to freeze over first. How is the German football, man? That shit must be rugged. Tommy can get banned on TikTok. I don't know. No, I don't. Can he get banned? I don't think he can get banned. I mean, yeah, I would think that anybody could get banned on TikTok, right? But like get banned for what he did with those chicks per se, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't exactly blatant like a hump. Listen, he walked behind them, right? And he did one of these. Look. He walked behind them. He was like, and then he walked behind him and did this, right? Now, if he would have stayed there and kept going like this, but that's what I meant last night, like borderline. It was borderline. You know what I mean? It was very borderline. So, in my eyes, Shannon was like, no. Like, Shannon didn't even say whether she thought it was borderline or not. But she said that she didn't think it was inappropriate. So, and I said, no, I agree with you. I don't think that it was inappropriate either. But it was very close to being inappropriate. And, like, a couple of more thrusts behind those chicks and it would have been inappropriate. I'm sorry. It would have been inappropriate. And if that was my kid, I would have fucked somebody up. But that's just me. You know? Yeah, I'll unblock those accounts if you want, man, if it matters to you. You know what I mean? I'll unblock that shit. There's no problem with that. You know? If you're cool, I'm cool, man. You know, we don't got to be buddies. You don't got to like what I do. You know, you don't even got to like me. But if we're cool, I'll unblock those shits. There's no reason for them to be, you know, blocked. You know? Yeah, Kevin, if that was my daughter, he'd be in a box. Oh, no questions asked. You're right, yeah. No joke, dude. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. If that was my daughter at that mall, all right, what he did on the camera, I wouldn't have hurt him for, or I wouldn't have fucked him up or been mad at him. But when he walked up behind them and started doing a little bit, he did it like for a second. He did that thrusting for a second. If he would have kept doing it for like maybe 5 or 6 more seconds, to me, and that's why I keep saying it, and that's why I said it a million times, I feel like it was borderline, almost inappropriate. If it would have kept up for another 3 or 4 seconds, yeah, it would have been inappropriate. And, oh, man, you can bet your ass. You can bet your ass I would have had a problem with that. I mean, that's definite. Yeah, Sean?
Hi.
What's up?
I'm going to go to the store.
You are? Yeah. All right. See you later. Okay. What are you getting?
Vodka.
You getting vodka for tonight?
For today.
All right, maybe we'll live stream again.
I'm going to go.
Can we? Can we live stream tonight?
I don't know.
Should we live stream tonight?
Tonight?
Yeah, why not? I'll get some watermelon,
No, I'm going to go get the
Tropicana.
I'm getting the flavored vodka.
Yeah, and I'm going to mix it with the watermelon.
Ew, you're going to do pink lemonade with watermelon?
No, I want you to get the watermelon vodka.
No, that's not what I want.
But I want that.
Okay, well then go to the store.
I'll give you money for it. You can't get it for me, you fuck.
Come with me.
No, I can't. Somebody's coming here right now.
Look what happens to my glasses from my head. See, it's all full.
What?
It's all wet because my hair's wet.
Oh, I didn't know what you meant.
It's like foggy.
Can you do that for me?
I guess.
Yeah, get me the watermelon vodka. And can you get me some Fireball?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just get me no, I don't. There's nothing left. That's just a little drop. I want get me the mini bottle. Like, you don't have to get the big bottle, but don't get me a tiny little fucking, you know.
Why don't you come with me so you
I can't. I have somebody coming here. My father's coming to drop stuff off to me right now. I have to help him with it. But you can't just, you're going anyway.
No,
just
I know, but the thing is, you can't go into the store. I have to go there and tell them what to get. So I have to write a list down.
I just want watermelon vodka and Fireball. You know I love Fireball. God. I want Fireball. And if you get me Fireball, we're going to have a fucking sick-ass streaming night.
No,
What? Why is it stupid? I have fun. What's so stupid about it? I can't drink? I'm not a responsible grown-up? I'm live streaming, yeah. You didn't know that? Really? All right, well, I'm going to end it anyway because I got to get ready. My father's coming here, so. Guys, yeah, so Shannon's going to go get alcohol and...
Ken, you should do a FMN fan meetup one of the feces days when all this stuff is over.
Dude, holy shit, bro. What the fuck? Dude, I want to do one. We've been talking about it. Shout out to Tim Drake. Z. Talk to Tim Drake if you see him in the chat. Fucking awesome guy. I'm sure you've seen him a million times in the chat. Tim Drake. He's talking to me about doing a fan meetup or something like that, of getting something together like that. Blake also is involved and wants to do to plan it out and shit like that. You know, so there's a lot of people that want to that have been talking about doing this, like a fan meetup somewhere. I'm thinking we can coincide it with something that we could all go to and enjoy, you know, like it would be like something that people would have the excuse for saying, hey, you know, I'm going to go to Florida, you know, not just to meet me, because I don't think anybody would travel from where they live to meet me to go to Florida, but like say whatchamacallit, Comic-Con was going on. And we did it then, you know what I mean? So like a lot of people will already be there, or an event, some shit like that. I would definitely do it 100%. And thank you so much for that, man. Jesus, that was very fucking generous of you, man. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm up for it, man. I am up for it, dude. I'm up for going to anywhere and doing this. Vegas. We were talking about like all meeting up in Vegas or something, but that's like, that's an expensive trip right there, Well, for the people who live in Vegas, that would be great. But listen, if I could find out like where most of the people who want to do this live next to, maybe I could kind of like be like, all right, let's go here and do it here, so it's easier for everybody to get there. You know what I mean? And so we can have a lot of people show up. Well, or a good amount. So yeah, I'm definitely 100% down with that, man. Without a doubt. I want to do something like that. And as soon as the COVID is over, man, I want to just go out and live again. I took a lot of shit for granted, that it was like free to move around the world. It was free to just drive your car and go 2 states over and stay in a hotel and have fun with your girl. And those, you can't do that now. Like, you can't just jump in the car and drive 10 hours with your girl and get a hotel room somewhere in the middle of nowhere and have fucking fun and live adventurous. You can't do that right now. So when it comes time that we can all do that again, I want to do that shit. Like, I want to jump in my car and travel to fucking Minnesota and meet people there. Or I want to travel to Florida and say, hey, I'm in Florida. If anybody's around, want to meet up with me and fuck me in the ass, come and meet me. And I'm not talking about like meeting me at a place, but I'm talking about like meet me. You know what I mean? Like, put a fucking meet in me, bro. Like, fucking meet me. Meet me somewhere. I don't care where it is, just fucking meet me there. When you get there, you take your meat and you fucking meet me. I know I got issues. All right, guys. Yo, thank you so much to everybody in the chat. And thank you guys donated. Z, thank you so much. And everybody else who last night, too. And Bullfrog, I saw you, buddy. I have nothing but love for you, man. I hope you understand. I haven't put you on because of those reasons. But maybe now I'll start putting you on. Who the fuck knows? I mean, fuck it, right? What have I got to lose? I might start working with JB again. Hey! All right, guys. I'll see you guys maybe tonight. I'm going to try to talk Shannon, going live, getting drunk, doing all that shit. So hopefully we'll be back tonight at some point, drunk and live. And if it's not tonight, then definitely tomorrow. You guys will be hearing from us within 24 hours or much, much sooner. So thank you to everybody. Have a good rest of your day at 2:30 on the East Coast. Be safe, and I'll see all you guys later. Alcatraz, love you, man. Jimmy Keys, Steve, and wait, what's that? Yeah, it is the death of the handshake. I did say that. Why? You think that, what did I say that I went against that on? Did I say something that I went against the handshake thing? I do think it's the death of the handshake. I really do. Did I say something that was like against that? Like, I might have said something like, we can just handshake and move forward. Like, if I said it like that, I was, figuratively speaking. You know what I mean? But, yeah, I do think the handshake is dead. I really do. It's an old, nasty fucking thing that humans did. And I don't know who the fuck thought of that shit. Like, I've got the greatest idea. When men meet each other from now on, we should take the hand that we wipe our asses with and jerk off with, finger our mothers and sisters with, and eat with, and fuck with, and chop with, and lick with. And we should use those hands and rub them against the other guy's hands that uses his hands for the same fucking thing. Come together like this. And it should always be the right hand. So every righty is fucked. If you're a lefty, you got a clean hand. But if you're a righty, you're fucked. It should always be the right hand. And we should shake the palms together so it rubs all that nastiness onto each other. You form one nasty fuck. That's the handshake. Whoever created that is a fucking idiot. Okay? Let me see if we can do this. My head. Oh, God, I just cut myself. Oh, fuck. Shannon.